All right, it's Gary Pickering, by the way, who played for the Rebels baseball team back in the 70s, saying that it was just such a cool experience to see that legacy continue. And this legacy is going to be cemented over at Swayze Field when they show everyone the national championship trophy and when they are going to be celebrating with the speeches and getting everyone in that stadium one more time this season to see where the love really is. So we're going to send it over to Leah Williams for a moment to go check in just a little bit down the road.
Hotty toddy.
Stand by. Yeah, there are dozens of fans here at Swayze Field. If you want to take a look, there's children on the playground and a whole bunch of people in the stands. Everybody's waiting to see the team and see the players now that the parade is starting to wrap up. And you can see a whole lot of red and blue fans came ready to support. Everyone's excited. The energy here is just... it makes you want to just be happy. Everybody's happy out here. You know, in Omaha, there were a lot of Ole Miss fans, but here in Oxford, the energy is just on a whole nother level. Now we're going to toss things over to 12 News' Tamer Knight, who's inside Swayze Field. Tamer?
The parade has ended and the ceremony will be beginning shortly. But for right now, the focus is on the amount of Rebel fans that has come out to support the national champions. I continue to use the word electric when discussing Ole Miss fans because that's exactly how it feels right now. Electric. It looks like Independence Day may have come 4 to 5 days earlier. Inside of Swayze Field, Tamer Knight, back to you, David.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just found if people are starting to just come out of the woodworks here and want to, you know, maybe you're joking around, but we're not joking around when we say we want to talk about the Ole Miss Rebels with you. So what's your name and why are you so excited to be here at this parade today? Okay, wait, can we get you over here? No, just walked off camera? Oh, man, sometimes this happens. She just walked off camera. We're on live TV over here. Can I at least get a hottie toddy over here?
Howdy toddy, absolutely. Now you can.
What's your name?
Anna Carolyn Graves.
Anna, what does it mean to you to be here today at this parade?
Everything, because you know, middle of the season, it was a tough spot, but we made it and we won, and so yeah, hotty toddy.
Are you a student? Have you been a student at Ole Miss?
I am a student.
Okay, what year are you in right now?
I'm about to be a senior.
And what do you study?
I am dietetics and nutrition for nursing school.
Congratulations, that is really
Thank
awesome.
you.
How have you been a baseball fan the whole time too?
I have. I've always been a big baseball fan.
Going to all the games in the student section?
As many as I could.
Okay, so please tell me, what is the key? What is like the secret to the Swayze shower?
The secret to the Swayze shower.
Yeah, like when everyone hits a home run, they throw the water bottles in the air. I've got one here, but I am not wasting the water right now. Don't worry, don't worry. But like, what is the secret? Like, how do we properly do a Swayze shower when a home run is hit? Like, what's the details, the secrets, the schematics behind that?
I think, honestly, just have fun with it. Just throw it as high as you possibly can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was at a game. Were you at the Mississippi State Ole Miss game where they hit 3 home runs in like the first inning?
I was not. I was at Double Decker.
Okay. You wanted to avoid the rain shower from the water bottles. I get it. What should people know from the student's perspective? What does this mean to you as a student to be able to experience this student body?
It's just so fun because everybody is so excited. It's just the energy in Oxford has just gone up just tons, and so being here, it's just so fun. Like, there's really not a good word to describe it other than it's so fun.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Hazelhurst, Mississippi.
Okay, so you are from around in the area
yeah,
too. I remember, not to, you know, I'm not the one being interviewed here, but I remember that like when being in a school atmosphere, when your school team does well, it brings everyone together. Have you been noticing that? I know school's over now, but for you being here and maybe some other friends of yours, people you don't know, how's the community kind of reacted when they're, you know, just kind of celebrating together?
Oh, huge. I was talking to a friend today. We noticed how many people yesterday and today were coming into town, like from all over. Even if students who went home for the summer, I mean, everybody's just coming back because everybody wants to be here to celebrate.
Where's the farthest that you've heard students have come back from? Some of your friends maybe from across the country to Ole Miss?
All over. California, New York, all over.
Okay.
All over. Yeah.
And why have they told you that it meant so much to them? Because it costs a lot of money right now to be able to come back here.
It does, but this is not an everyday thing. You know, this is the first one in school history that we've won, so everybody just wanted to be here, be a part of it. So.
Did you go to Omaha or were you in Oxford?
I didn't go to Omaha.
These are not just, you know, all-star baseball players that are showing up, which they are, but these are your, you know, kids that could be in your class with you. These are also other seniors and juniors and sophomores and freshmen, and they're students. So you have that student perspective. So to see other students accomplishing something on the national scale, what does that mean to you, and what does that tell you about what, you know, Ole Miss students can accomplish when they put their mind to something?
That's a deep question. It means a lot. Just to put myself in their shoes, I could never imagine being a national I don't even know how to explain it because it's such a big ordeal. I've never imagined that we would be here. So I can't imagine. I know they're so excited. We're so proud of them. So.
Is there a particular memory or like something that's happened that will now be a memory over the past 2-3 weeks here as you've been still around the area and your friends have come back, like extra time to be together, that you think you'll remember going forward? Is kind of like, hey, remember back in 2022?
Oh, absolutely. This whole thing. I mean, looking back on it, this will be something we never forget. And I'm so thankful I was a student when it happened, so I could be here and experience it. So this will definitely be an event that will never be forgotten. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We're looking at some images right now of Swayze Field, where the national champions are getting ready for an awesome celebration. We appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely.
Leah is out there right now. Leah Williams, take it away and let us know a little bit more about some things that are going on with some other fans over at Ole Miss.
Yeah, here at Swayze Field, fans are chanting and cheering. I don't know if you can hear them behind me, but if you take a look, dozens of fans. Those seats are almost filled. Everyone's wearing their red and blue. Everybody's excited for the team and just waiting for the team and the coach to come out and speak to them. Everybody just can't wait for this moment. They said they're excited to be a part of history. Now, a lot of the fans here said they did make their way to Omaha, and they also had to make sure they were here in Oxford tonight for this celebration. Now, 12 News' David Edelstein, he's been following the parade route. David?
End the call that I'm on. Stand by. All right, we're back here. We're still making our way towards Swayze Field. There's a lot that's going on. It is busy. It is busy toward the stadium, and we're getting ready for that celebration. It's something that these Ole Miss fans say that they've been waiting for a long time, and that they've wanted to have as part of their community, their life, and it has been something that now they get to experience. And whether it's as real as they expected or even better than that, some of the fans of all ages have said. So we're still a little bit away here. This turns out these buses can move pretty quick based on we're walking as fast as we can, but it's good that we've got our team coverage. We're going to have this throughout the evening too. Make sure that you're staying tuned here on WJTV. We've got this all the way through 6:30, and then we'll also have more, of course, at 9 and 10 p.m. later tonight. But the ceremony is going on. We're going to get a chance to speak with head coach Mike Bianco. It's his first time winning a national championship. He's in his 22nd season here at Ole Miss and has been able to bring this team to multiple different regional championships, but this is the first time they've ever made the finals and then won the finals. They have made it, Ole Miss, to the finals in the semifinals in 2014 is the last time they were in the College World Series, and then in 1956, the first time they were ever in the College World Series. So those were the 2 times they made the semifinals. After that, it was 6 times total, this being the 6th that they've made it to the championship and able to bring that back and compete on the entire national stage. By the way, Mike Bianco, who we'll hear more from later, this is his 3rd year now winning Coach of the Year for Division I baseball. So he's clearly been leaving an impact on this. We spoke with the athletic director of Ole Miss, Keith Carter, who has said to us just the other day in Omaha that this is really the first coach who's talked about Omaha. It's the first coach that has put people on the map for the Rebels and allowed them to kind of believe in what they're able to do. So it's something that has brought this team to this moment, and the team is hoping, of course, will continue, and of course for the state of Mississippi, this becoming the mecca of college sports. So we're going to keep on walking down there as we get there, and we will have on WJTV.com as well, and also later this evening as we get to everything else with the, excuse me, it's getting hotter, with the water and everything out here, guys. But with WJTV.com, we'll have more at the field too. We're recording that. You can tune in. We're going to speak with those players. So actually tweet at me at David Z. Edelstein on Twitter if you have any questions that you want to ask the team, because I'll be sure to try and run that by them. Until then, we're going to check in with Tamer Knight now about more going on at Swayze Field.
The ceremony is just moments away from beginning here, right here inside of Swayze Field. Fans are on their feet. The chants are rolling in right before they introduce the baseball team to the fans and they take their seats. Now, things are a little bit crazy right now because they're watching highlights highlights from this past season to see just how the Rebels got the job done to get their first ever national championship. Like I said, the Rebels are on the sideline inside of the dugout as we wait for them to come out. Again, no one in the building is sitting. Everyone is standing, and we're waiting for everybody to get in their place so that the ceremony can begin. And as you can see, the crowd goes crazy as they announce the 2022 national champions. And I think we're just about to see the team take the field. Here they are right now, the Ole Miss Rebels. The Ole Miss Rebels, the 2022 national champions. That sure does have a good ring to it. And again,
number 1, Peyton Choconier.
from, Jay? Gotcha. Where you ring from?
For next year, how about that? This is incredible. We're so excited to be here. Before we get underway, we've got a great program for you. We want to thank a few folks that are kind of behind the scenes. Obviously, this was put together very quickly, and we're so blessed to have an incredible athletic department, super staff members. Y'all get up to Sarah Conant. She's with event management. We help you get Sarah. This practice is our communications doctor baseball all year. Give it up for Mitch. And Kruger with marketing. She's right over here again. If we mess up, it's not her fault. Alex Sims with digital team. Where's Alex? Scott Lyon with productions. Can't wait for the season. That's going to be a show. Also, the Ole Miss Athletics ticket office. Give it up for all of them. They'll be calling you shortly. The Ole Miss Athletics business office. Let's hear it for Angela Herstaff. All over. The Ole Miss Athletics compliance office. Countless others in the athletic department. Also, give it up for my color commentator, the all-time tennis leader at Ole Miss. Our public address announcer also does football. You know, first down. I've talked to so many former players and all. If you're a former player, maybe former coach, and you're here, we want to encourage you to stand up right now. Everybody stand up. Rising back up to get into the NCAA tournament with the Coral Gables Regional, Harrisburg Super Regional, and captured Ole Miss baseball's first ever College World Series championship. I've been calling Rebel baseball games. I started at 18. I've been calling Ole Miss baseball games for 44 years, and this was the greatest turnaround I've ever seen. Right after the pen, I received 320 text messages, and that number has grown. For those of you who haven't got back to you yet, and I'll speak on behalf of Coach Bianco and other coaches, it's been kind of difficult, but we'll get to you, I'm sure, eventually. We surely appreciate you. And friends, family, radio, WJTV colleagues and from many former players and coaches. I just want to again emphasize their kind comments and to the former players, regardless of when you play, you're very much a part of this national championship too. And I hope that when you reflect on this particular season, that you feel like you belong, and you'll always say, the school that I played baseball for, Ole Miss, is a national champion. We're going to start with a man who is smiling big smiles over here, big smiles, especially as a graduate of Ole Miss. Let me first recognize the Chancellor of the University of Mississippi, Dr. Glenn Boyd.
Welcome to the most beautiful campus in America on one of the most historic days in our 174-year history. It's incredible to see thousands of rebels from all generations here this evening to celebrate such a monumental occasion. We're so fortunate, by the way, to work and to live in the best college town in all of America, Oxford, Mississippi. Special thanks to the city of Oxford, Mayor Tannehill, always terrific partners with our university. We really appreciate the hard work, collaboration on today's parade and all the festivities. Thank you so much. I'd also like to recognize some special guests we have that joined us today, made the trip to Oxford. Governor Tate Reeves. Today by congratulating, obviously, Mike, the whole, you and all the coaching staff. What an amazing job. We're so incredibly proud of him. Just can't even put it in words. Coaching is one of the most rewarding professions. You get to work with amazing young athletes as they chase their dreams. You have the opportunity to inspire, and motivate, and mold young athletes as they go through some of life's most important years. Yet it is also one of the most demanding professions. Long hours, family sacrifice, no shortage of criticism, no lack of disappointment. And by the way, heartbreak awaits at every turn as the margin between winning and losing is about this big. When you play at the highest level, as these athletes play. Having said that, to the coaches on the stage, we're deeply appreciative for all the hours, but for the deep love you have for our university and your university. And with that gratitude we have as well. I want you to know, for me personally, not only for my family, I got all daughters. And if I had sons, there's no greater group of men to show leadership and example. They'd be right here playing for you. Hey, for this incredible group of young men, you show the nation and our state and all of us how greatness is a team. And the team stayed so perfectly, you took perseverance, grit, and belief. Not a journey of faith. By trusting your coaches and each other in the process, you rewrote the history of baseball in our great university. You will forever be the first team in Ole Miss baseball history to win the national championship. Man, we know the stories that you have written in sports articles all across America. Amazing pitching. Time to hit it from top to bottom. And the defense has kept making sure that the routine play stayed routine. Last one standing. Boy, we heard it to be correct, right? A historic run. But that's surely the heart of the story, but by no means is is the complete version. It's not the last chapter. So man, let me tell you the last chapter. The last chapter of the story. Okay? The last chapter lies in the memories for all of us. We brought our love for Ole Miss and you to Omaha, Nebraska. You're looking at it right here. You gotta get there, come any way you can. And we came. No tickets? Who cares? I'll figure it out when I get there. The hotel rooms? That's all right. The car will have to do. Like cancel? Not a problem for me. I'll just jump in with the first person in an Ole Miss jersey that's got room and seat for me along the way. And those are all true stories, ladies and gentlemen. It all happened. Turned Omaha, Mayor, into Oxford Midwest style. You know, the biggest question circling Omaha last week, what in the world is a hottie toddy? But I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if we're quiet enough and we listen carefully, hottie toddy is still reverberating all across Charles Schwab Stadium. Thanks to you, we all are the champions. And I want you to know, man, for this, your games, your performance, your belief, and your faith will forever be etched in the memories of all of us who witnessed your greatness. You earned the right to forever be a champion, and the rest of us can't thank you enough for taking us on a journey with you. Thank you. It's now my distinct honor to welcome the 65th Governor of Mississippi, Tate Reeves. Governor Reeves, we're so glad you joined us tonight to share a few words about this signature achievement. It's a historic celebration, ladies and gentlemen, for our university, but also for the state of Mississippi. Governor.
Thank you, Chancellor. How about them Ole Miss Rebels? So is anybody here excited to be national champions? You know, Coach, we tried to tell them, but they didn't listen. But don't let the Rebs get hot. Exactly what happened, and look at where we are today. I'm so proud of Coach Yanko. I'm so proud of the entire coaching staff. And of course, I'm so proud of the entire team. I'm proud of you, not just because you won it all, but I'm proud of you because of the way you did it. The way you represented the Ole Miss on the front of your jersey, and the way you represented the state of Mississippi. This team has great kids, they have great coaches, they have an attitude because they've been taught to never, ever, ever give up. And they make me proud to be a Mississippian. And so, I ain't real smart. I went to politics. But I am smart enough to know y'all didn't come here to hear no damn politicians. Damn sure do. Congratulations. Coach Yanko and your entire team, congratulations. I do want to leave you with one proclamation, which goes for all of the accomplishments of the team, which others are better prepared than you here listening to me read this proclamation. But I want you to know how it concludes. Now, therefore, I
paid rings by the power vested in me as the 65th governor of the state of Mississippi to commend and congratulate the Ole Miss baseball team for winning the 2022 College World Series National Championship, and do hereby proclaim June 29, 2022 as the 2022 National Champion Ole Miss Rebel Baseball Day. One final thing, I think it's fair to say, while this team was fantastic, their coaches were fantastic, and this university is fantastic, I think we can all agree, were it not for the support of every single one of you in the stands here tonight, and everyone who made Omaha, y'all are the reason this team can keep going. Y'all are the reason this team can keep competing, and y'all are a big part of the reason why the 2022 Ole Miss baseball team is national champion. Thank you all for that.
Thank you, Governor. We appreciate that so much. My wife, Mary, and Mary's here, by the way. She's been over a long time. You see our picture? All the way I can get her to kiss me was the trigger. All the way back, we drove to Omaha, all the way back, Coach, about every 30 minutes we go, we just won a national championship. I mean, every 30 minutes is a long trip. Every 30 minutes. But I want to, before we introduce this next speaker, she is awesome. If you're a local person and you live in Oxford, Mississippi, let me see you stand. She decided to run for mayor 2 years ago. It just excited my family so much. She put in so much work prior to making that decision. She's done a great job. Representing the best city in Mississippi is the Honorable Mayor of Oxford, Robin Tandy.
I have cheered for my dear friend Mike Bianco and the Rebel baseball team for 22 years. And this moment is just surreal. I cannot put into words the feeling that we all had standing in Omaha watching you guys win that final game. You gave us such an amazing gift. This is the stuff legends are made of, and you guys will be legends for the rest of your lives. To have the privilege of congratulating you on behalf of your entire community. We are all so incredibly proud of you. You have represented your university and your community so well. You have taught us all a lot of life lessons over this past season. And you have inspired us with your amazing baseball and your sportsmanship, led by a group of seniors and coaches who kept believing, who kept grinding, and who kept leading. And so I say congratulations to each of you, and thank you so much for letting us tag along for the ride.
As a former Ole Miss athlete and current administrator, our next speaker appreciates and understands the significance of this amazing, amazing accomplishment of the Ole Miss baseball team. Please welcome the Vice Chancellor of Intercollegiate Athletics, Keith Carter.
Tony! Hey, before I get started, I feel like I need to say something. For all of you that came to Omaha because I said I would get you tickets, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for it to come out like that, but I'm so glad that you came, and I think all of you found a way in the stadium. Hey, real quick, I'm going to be quick because I know you've been here with these guys, but I got the honor to speak to the group last Friday night. Coach B had a little banquet at a restaurant there in Omaha, and I got a couple minutes to speak to the team. And what I told them was that their parents were there, it was an intimate setting, and I just told them, I said, guys, what I'm so proud of is there's more to this team than baseball and championships. This team has captured our hearts for 4 or 5 years with their story. I told their parents that they've done a tremendous job of raising these young men. I watched them sign thousands of autographs in the hotel. I know I'm surprised you guys can still play after you sign so many autographs. Just great young men. But then I told them at the end, I said, but we still like winning championships, right? And so we did. So let's give this group a huge round of applause. I need you. Okay. All right, so I told Tim I was going to need him a little bit tonight to help me out. I told him I wouldn't embarrass him. So, all right, hold the trophy straight up. All right, pretty good. All right, now the other side. Okay, I like that. So, which one of those looks the best with the statue?
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Chancellor. Of course, thanks, Keith, Jake for being here, Donnie, forever on our wall. Of course, and thank a lot of the people that made this happen, the Marcon team, the people that work at Swayze every single day, the ushers, and so much goes into putting this type of production. Not this, but what we do 35 times a year. We get this many people for a regular game. And so I want to give those people a big round of applause, please. And appropriately left out a big thank you to Mayor Robin Tannehill. As Robin said, we're neighbors and we're friends, and I've known him for 22 years. We used to live in another neighborhood, now we live in another, we're still neighbors. Her kids grew up with our kids, and that's what happens in Oxford. But man, you know, what a friend. Not just a great mayor and a leader of our city, but somebody that when you need it the most is sending you a text, you know, hanging there, praying for you. By the way, the prayers work. I don't know if the guys, we've had a lot of people the last few weeks come in and speak, and some guys like Chris Conklin, that was terrific. Guys like Luis Garcia, one of my former teammates, that hosted us down in Miami for a team meal. But I'm not sure there wasn't a better one, Robin, than you when you came here right before we took off Omaha. So I thank you very much for everything. Thank you, Robin. Now for you guys. Hello, Rebel Nation. You are national champions. We have the greatest atmosphere in college baseball. Most people know that by now. First, there was an argument that people would want to stick their chest out. But from ESPN to the SEC network, and people that have been here at Swayze and felt the electricity, looked out to right field after a home run, or looked out to left field and seen the smoke and the families grilling and having fun out there, to the diehards in the blue seats.
the best supporters in the country, we thank you. You know, you showed up, and you showed up big. I knew you would. I knew you'd get to Omaha. As Keith said, as the Chancellor said, I knew you'd get there. I knew you were excited. It's been a long time. I know. I've heard it. So I knew you'd come. But, man, in that game one, I remember going to the coaches. Man, what a crowd. I mean, what a show of support. You look at all the powder blue and red in the stadium. But each day it got a little bit better. And then we get to the championship. And, of course, I don't look into the stands very much. I really don't. I don't know why, but I just don't. And at one point, I did take it in. About the second inning of Game 1 of the championship series. I couldn't believe the noise. I couldn't believe how much enthusiasm was in the stands, but most importantly, how much red and blue. You guys just took over the stadium. I had never seen anything like that. I know much has been said, hey, you haven't been to Omaha much. But I actually been there 7 times over the last 25 years as a player, as an assistant coach, and twice here. But I only say that because I've seen it. I've seen Rosenblatt, I've seen Charles Schwab Field. But man, that felt like a football game. Stand up right now if you were in Omaha. Stand up, please. One of the coolest things is after the dog pile. And these are things you don't think about. You think about the dog pile, you dream about these guys are dreaming about the dog pile. But after the dog pile, they start to set up a stage right in front of home plate. And all of a sudden, the guys are rushing out and the trophies out and they're starting to announce people. And I'm hugging people and doing interviews and I'm not really paying attention. And now I know it's getting close to the time that I'm supposed to walk up there, so I try to lock in. But then I look up at the stadium. And I've seen these things. I've seen the Final Four when they've done things like this. I've seen different championships. And you look into the stands, and they're grilling the players' wives and some fans. But a lot of people have exited the arena. They got to get in, they want to meet the traffic, or they're fans of the other team. When we were on that stage, some 30 minutes after the game, there was probably 20,000 Ole Miss Rebels still in the stands. So as we make our way back on Monday, they start to tell me what's going to happen. Hey, we're going to land in Tupelo, we're going to get the bus, we're going to drive, we got police escort, and fans usually wait outside your stadium, but we're going to have them go to the Grove so you guys can do the Walk of Champions. And to be honest with you, I was nervous. It's like, man, there's 20,000 people. There's no way they got back there. This is a bad marketing deal. TV cameras, we're going to have to like fudge and get some people next to each other. The Walk of Champions is long. Boy, was I wrong. We landed in Tupelo, the first surprise. Yeah, Tupelo. We landed in Tupelo, and there's probably 1,000 people that can't get to the tarmac, but they're at that gate, and they want to high-five all the players. But they also want to high-five the future mayor of Tupelo, Mr. Hunter Ellis. And I got to tell you, I was wrong. Man, I don't know what happened to Rebel Nation, but you guys like multiplied over the last week. So we get to I've never experienced that. I'm almost ready to tell Lane Kiffin that you shouldn't do that before a game. It is such an adrenaline rush. It is so loud that I don't know how they play after that. But it was one of the neatest experiences that I was not prepared for. And I say all these things because this has always been a lifelong dream for me and obviously the players. I knew you'd show up. You show up to Swayze Field. This is a special place. I never thought that this would mean so much to you. I never thought that I would see so much passion and so much people that care. And it meant so much to us. So we applaud you. it's been mentioned, but we didn't mention their names, and I got to mention their names. I've been here for 22 years. That's well documented. I've had a lot of great coaches, a lot of great coaching staffs, but I've never had a coaching staff like this. The best coaching staff in the country. And it's not done on purpose, I know, but it's a shame in moments like this, it's only my name that gets called. It's me that carries out the trophy, but I realize from the bottom of my heart, man, it's not me, it's them. So how about a big hand for assistant coach Carl Lafferty? It's a team effort, but it takes a team. And as the governor said, I got to say it again because he actually stole it from me in my notes. That I'm incredibly proud of these young men, like you are. But not because they won a national championship, but because of how they won a national championship. The older guys, the 5-year guys and the 4-year guys, they've won more games in this uniform than any group of upperclassmen in the history of our program. And we've been playing baseball for over 100 years. As David said, I told you a little bit about our story, but you know our story by now. It wasn't necessarily a surprise that we were good, because we were preseason ranked in the top 5 and close to the Bulls, and at some point moved up to number 1. Then we fell down and got back up and tried to fight. Didn't work for a few weeks, fell out of the Bulls, and then of course got some new life. After being 7-4, we ended up 14-16. Bubble team on selection day. Debatable by a lot of people if we should get in or not. And we understand because we've been on that wrong side of the bubble, and it's tough. But we get in. And once we get in, I wasn't really sure. I knew how good we were. But when they played, not just with a chip on their shoulder, but with the way that they had to prove themselves, they didn't. You might have thought, but the way I interpret it is, they just started playing baseball again. Because we had ran uphill with so long. But once it was 0-0 again, and it was flat ground, the Revs took off. And as Tim said, the Revs got high. Every year before the season starts, we read a book. We really did. College kids. We read a real book. Not on an iPad, like a hardcover book. And we've been doing it now for about 10 years. This year's book was The Energy Bus. Many of you have probably heard of it. Old book by John Gordon. I say old 10 years, old for that. We read that in 2014. And I thought it was a great message for the guys and thought we'd read it again. And it talks about a man's journey and so on. But it talks about, there's good and bad in everything. And you got to be positive. You got to be able to work through the tough times. I didn't know we were going to have that tough of a time. The mantra for the season was enjoy the ride. That's on every shirt, on every video that we've played over the last 6 months. Before that we knew it was going to be a rough ride. And I've always said, and they probably didn't understand it back in January, that you got to love the good and the bad. Because there's good and bad with everything. Everything. Bad things happen to good people and vice versa. And And if you're going to handle it on the baseball team or you're going to handle it in life, you got to be able to handle it bad. And our guys did. You know, so much has been said about where we came from. What I told the guys right before the national championship game, before we left and high-fived about 2,000 people in the lobby of our hotel. I left them with a message, and I said, there's going to be 20,000 people there today rooting for you. Most of them think they showed up because they think you're going to win a national championship, and that's good. But I think most of them, if they check their heart, they showed up because they've fallen in love with your story. About how good you can be and how the expectations can skyrocket, but you can fall down. You can stumble, you can trip, you can stutter. And in today's day of social media and media, and it's nobody's fault, but there's haters out there. And there's people that just want that time to tell you that you can't. And to their credit, they never stop believing. They never stop believing in themselves. They never stop believing in one another. There was never a time when I sat in that dugout and didn't look at them and think that they were going to win a baseball game. And to their credit, they got out of that big hole. And they started to play well. And they showed the world that if you believe in yourself, and you believe in something bigger than yourself, and you work really hard, you can accomplish anything. We've all heard that message before, right? Read it on Twitter, it's all in the poster in the doctor's office. If you work hard, you can accomplish anything. They lived it. They actually lived it. And it shows all of us that it's possible, that if you believe. And so my hope is not only that you're super happy that Ole Miss has a national championship. You have a national championship, right? But you also realize you never out of the fight. You just keep believing and you keep fighting, you keep staying positive, and great things can happen. I want to thank these guys for all they've done, but most importantly, for a coach. Thanks for allowing me to be on the bus with you. Thank you.
My good friend Gary Darby is here to help me with radio. Don't give it up for Gary. Hey, G. Darby. He's doing a live broadcast at the local radio station. When Mike first got here, we were doing radio together. We were traveling, and Coach Bianco told us the story. I know you're tired of hearing it, though. And Mike looked at the two of us, and he said, okay, boys. He said, what's your expectation for this program? I said, we kind of struggled, you know, and Gary stepped in and said, we haven't got the SEC tournament lately, Coach. We want to get to the SEC tournament. Coach Bianco said, the tournament? We're getting in the tournament. And we laughed. And those of you that played on that first team, we weren't real sure you could get to the tournament. But you did, and that started it all here at Ole Miss. Hey, if you'd like to hear some of my players, you want to do that? You want to hear from some players? We're going to start with a guy that had an incredible postseason. He also completed the campaign with a 985 fielding percentage. In 197 chances, he had only 3 errors. I don't think he's had one since February. What an incredible year. Offensively, he likes to remind you that even after 2 outs, you still have a third of the pizza. And that's still a lot of pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, from Cypress, Texas, here's Baker Johnson.
I'll be honest, I've got nothing prepared for this piece. But really, this has been an unbelievable journey. What an incredible ride this season has been. Today was awesome. Thank you guys so much. I know a lot of you guys have heard our story. I'm sure you're tired leader, our rock, our guy that gets us going, Coach B. He's taught us, man, whatever you do, just go at it. Just go at it 100%. With your chin up and your chest out. So that's what we did, and luckily we played well enough to get into the tournament, and obviously the rest is history. So thank you, Coach, for believing in us and being the true guy that everybody wants to play for. Thank you. Same thing with all the coaches, man. I know you don't know that bald-headed guy. He's got a hat on right now, but Coach Lapp, what an incredible pitching coach. He's just a great guy. Eats a lot of ice cream sandwiches, but boy, is he a great coach. The rest of the team is there. Just incredible coach. Thank you guys so much. Players, I mean, you mean so much to me. I know I've got brothers for life, so thanks for...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. What an incredible day for Ole Miss baseball here in Oxford. Of course, we're going to have more later tonight right here on Sports Zone 12 at 9 p.m. and 10 on WJTV. So continue to tune in. We'll also have more throughout the week. A parade, a celebration, a community coming together, a lot to look up to as role models, and a lot to look forward to as well. As always, stay tuned here on WJTV. Stay friendly.